Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about the power of thank you notes. Thank you notes are something that many people appreciate. You will not go wrong with taking a little bit of extra time to write a thank you note to someone. Now, while my channel is primarily dedicated to work-related tips like for job interviews or things like that, writing a good thank you note also applies to our lives. So in this video, I want to share with you the power of the thank you note and give you a brief outline that you can follow so that you can easily create thank you notes for yourself. I've also got 3 different examples of thank you notes so that you can use those as templates for yourself as you start to show your appreciation to other people through thank yous. Before we jump into that, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. One of my biggest tips when it comes to job interview success is to follow up any interview, regardless of your position that you're interviewing for, with a thank you note. So you might send a follow-up email for 3 different interviews with the same organization. You might send it after the very first interview, which might even be a phone screen. You might send it after the second interview and the third interview. The reason for doing this is that thank you really demonstrates your eagerness for the position and how appreciative you are for the interviewer's time, them giving you the opportunity to interview for the position, and it also gives you an opportunity to loop back and comment on some of the things that you learned during your last interview. This shows that you were engaged and that you were listening to what the interviewers had to say. Sending a thank you note after the end of an interview also helps you stand out against other candidates. When it comes to the things that we remember as humans, the things we remember most are things that happen at the beginning, things that happen at the end, and things that happen frequently. So if you are interviewing with someone, you want to be one of the last things that they engage with or that they remember. So sending a follow-up email is a great way to do this. That might be the final interaction they have with a candidate is reading your thank you note. That is going to leave an impression on them, and that is a way that you can stand out against other candidates. So give yourself that additional leg up. Help yourself be even more successful during the interview process by sending a follow-up thank you for every interview, regardless of the position that you're interviewing for. This is a simple, quick technique that you can use to help yourself land a job even faster just by saying thank you. Now, ideally, a thank you note would be written by hand, and you would deliver it via snail mail or maybe even hand deliver it to the office. However, in this virtual age, writing a thank you note after an interview via email is totally acceptable. However, from a life perspective, if you're writing a thank you note to someone, take the extra effort and do a handwritten thank you note. Send it to them in the mail, and it will be a nice surprise for them to receive a couple days later. If you're writing someone a thank you note and it's for something other than a job interview, writing a handwritten note is a way to demonstrate your sincere appreciation and acknowledgement of something that this other person has done for you. It's likely something nice that they've done for you. It could be giving you a gift, it could be them going out of their way for you in some way, or a job interview. So take a couple minutes of your time to show your sincere appreciation and gratitude to someone by writing them a thank you note. Like I said earlier, ideally this is a handwritten note that you deliver via mail. However, for a job interview or something like that, an email or a virtual thank you note will suffice. Anytime someone does something for you, thanking them with a thank you note is best practice. Now, this could be thanking them for a gift. Maybe they gave you money. Maybe they gave you a birthday gift or a wedding gift or something like that. Taking the time to write them a handwritten thank you note that actually demonstrates how you are going to use whatever gift they've given you or how you appreciate their gift that they've given you is thoughtful and sincere. And it will help them want to do this for you again in the future. Same thing goes if someone goes out of their way to do something for you, likely something nice. Maybe they watched a pet for you while you were out of town. Maybe they picked you up from the airport. Maybe they had to cancel their plans to do something for you or with you. Maybe they helped you move or do some housework or yard work. Thanking them with a thank you note, handwritten if possible, is best practice. When it comes to writing these thank you notes, they don't have to be extravagant. They can be short and to the point. Most thank you notes can be 3 sentences long. I like to add a little bit additional fluff to my thank you notes to truly demonstrate my gratitude and appreciation for whatever this person has given me or what they've done for me. But you can keep your note short and concise, and it can still get the same results. So when you're writing a thank you note, you ideally want 3 different sections. The first is the opening thank you. It's actually thanking the person or the people for what you've received or what you've engaged in with them. Then the second piece of this thank you note is describing why you appreciate what they've given you or what they've done for you, and maybe what you'll do with it, how you might follow up with them. Let them know how you'll use this item or this time that they've given you. And then the final piece of your thank you note reiterates your thanks and appreciation and mentions how you might interact with this person in the future. So let's go over a couple of my examples. My first example is writing a note to a friend who has watched your pet over the weekend. So your thank you note can say something like, "Dear Sarah, thank you so much for watching Fido while I was out of town this past weekend. I know it was last minute, so I am appreciative of you being available to step in when I really needed help. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. I look forward to seeing you at our next game night. Thanks again, Abby." The next thank you note that you could write would be for a job interview. It might go something like this. "Dear Miss Lopez, thank you so much for the enjoyable and informative interview. I appreciated getting to learn more about the role and the organization. One of my favorite parts of the interview was hearing about why you enjoy working with this organization. I'm also excited about the opportunity to lead a project across 3 different teams. If you have any follow-up questions for me, or if I can clarify anything, please let me know. I look forward to hearing from you regarding next steps in the interview and hiring process. Thank you again. Best wishes, Abby." And then the third and final example is thanking someone for a gift. In this case, I might be thanking my grandfather for giving me a book. "Dear Grandpa, wow, how nice it was to see you this weekend. I really enjoyed catching up with you. Thank you so much for giving me a copy of the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm looking forward to reading it, and I've heard so many good things about it. I'll be sure to let you know what I learned when I finish it. Thank you again, and I'm excited to see you again during the next holiday. Love you, Abby." When I wrote each of these thank you notes, they took me between 3 to 4.5 minutes. It doesn't take that much time for you to actually put effort into creating a handwritten or even a virtual thank you note. If you feel like you're short on time or you have many thank you notes that you want to get through, you can use an AI platform like ChatGPT to help you at least get your format or your foundation of your thank you note put together. I used ChatGPT to help me create a thank you note for an interview follow-up to an interview panel. Here's what that looked like. My prompt was, "Hi, please help me write a quick thank you as a follow-up to an interview. I'd like to mention how much I enjoyed speaking with each interviewer and also comment specifically about how I enjoyed each person's comment about why they love working with the organization." You can see ChatGPT's response and template. Now, one thing I highly recommend doing is just using this as your first draft. You'll want to make sure that you edit any response that an AI platform generates for you so that it sounds like it's coming from you and it's more conversational. What the AI platform cranks out for you is just a starting point. Be sure that you take the time to edit it and make it your own. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas on the topic of writing a thank you or writing a thank you at the end of an interview, please leave them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you individually. However, if I'm not able to do so, just know that your comments will likely help someone else who's going through something similar in the future. If you would like to work with me one-on-one on some interview strategy preparation, I have slots available each week to work with clients for interview strategy sessions. These spots are limited and they fill up quickly. So if you have an interview coming up and you would like to strategize how you can be most successful during this upcoming interview, please reach out to me today. I've linked to my email as well as my website in the description box below. If you email me, we can schedule a session manually, or you can pay for and schedule a session directly from my website. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.